Hey there, this is Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. Life topics the way I see them. I'm your host, Nina Perez. I am here to challenge and transform your thinking. No excuses. Let's do this. Hey there, Happy New Year, guys. This is Nina Perez. It is so nice to be able to reach out to you guys on a new year. I hope it's going well. I wanted to come on here to check in with you guys. Because I realized something, is it the same thing happening? Like, I feel like we're already in week 2 or so of January. I'm having a little bit of a struggle getting my groove going. And then I realized, is this a new year, but the same strongholds? How do you guys feel about that? Is it a new year, but the same strongholds? So, how are you doing this year so far anyway? How are you guys doing? Is it looking a lot like last year, or are we looking to do something different this year? For me, this year should not reflect my last year. I mean, it is time to step out of the box. It is time to step out of the box. I believe that there is more this year, more increase, more growth, more spiritual growth, more vision, more ideas, more creativity, more love, less fear. How are you guys feeling about that? It will be a great benefit to you and to me if we can realize that there is no such thing as an instant success or instant growth, right? I mean, there is no program out there that can guarantee you that. There is not a 1 minute to this program and a 3 easy steps to a life of blank and 30 days to that whatever, 21 steps to fill blah, 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 right? I mean, yes, I believe that there is some of those things that are very beneficial. I believe that books, podcasts, YouTube videos, vlogs, etc., are they helpful? Yes, I think they can be. I think you can learn a lot of lessons from these resources, but you need to keep in mind that we have spent our whole lives thus far developing patterns that are against us, right? When it comes to stuff like that. So we have patterns of ugly attitude, ungrateful thinking, fear-driven thoughts, bad behaviors. I call those all bad habits, right? Because these bad habits will not be broken and replaced with good and positive behavior and thinking without any commitment or discipline. You're going to need commitment and you're going to need discipline. And a 21-day program to a better life is not going to do it. I mean, nobody likes those words, right? Like, ew, who likes commitment and discipline? Who likes that, But, nowadays I feel like those words have become bad words, but they're not bad words. Commitment and discipline is what's going to drive you to keep going. Commitment, discipline, and obedience. I say obedience because in my faith walk, I want to be obedient to God. That has given me a lot of blessings in my life. So I just know that commitment, discipline, obedience, those are the things that I want in my life. I know that nowadays that's like a curse word, right? The minute you talk to anybody about having commitments, why? We're free, having, discipline. They want to do what they want to do and they want to do it how they want to do it, right? Obedience, God is even real. Come on, who really believes in God? I mean, it's like crazy out there, some of the conversations that I have, but it is what I do, right? I coach people. I meet people where they are, and that's where they are. And I'm just like, wow, that kind of blows my mind a little bit, right? So people think that if you give them, here's your 10 steps to a better life, that their life is going to be good because they're going to follow those 10 steps without any discipline, without any commitment. That's not going to happen, guys. That's not going to happen. I mean, it's almost like we've become disciplined and completely committed to self-sabotage, self-pity, victim behaviors. And aside from that, we've also become very disciplined in bashing others, giving negative opinions, putting people down, gossiping, all of that stuff has also become something we have become as a society very disciplined in doing. I didn't even know about this term called trolling because I, just kind of always assume that people are good, which is probably ignorance on my part. But, when people start asking me questions about my faith, when I leave put something out there, I just answer the question and then they troll me into this, negative bashing that they try to do. And then I immediately mute their behinds and keep it moving. That we've become disciplined with, right? That's what we're committed to, that kind of behavior, right? So those kind of behaviors will keep you in limbo. They're going to keep you in limbo and they're going to keep you in a mental stronghold because you are going to constantly be like, but what about me? And what about me? And what about me? Well, you know what? What about you? Let's deal with you, right? Be careful because you will always find these people I call dream killers, right? Those are the people that make sure that you stay put in your limbo. When people can't get through their own stuff, they need company. And you might be very good company for that. So, see, where there's negativity and a mind crippling thoughts, that you have, you will always find many people to join you and to justify why you're feeling that way, right? Victims love victims, right? They love to to band together, right? And so, but what happens is that you stay stuck in this stronghold and is this victim mentality, and it's very difficult to break free from that. So you need to check that, right? I mean, let's just use a little example of social media. Let's take social media as an example. Look at it. Look at all of the hate and the ugly that's out there and the way that people are bashing each other, gossiping about each other, beating each other down, throwing out negativity out there. And you know what? They will always find like-minded people to band with them and cheer them on. It is never a lonely place when there is negativity and you are living in a facade. You will not be negative. You will not be lonely. You may be negative. You will not be lonely because there's a lot of people out there who want to be negative with you. Okay? So we need to change that. I mean, it's never lonely, but it is lonely, right? Because it's fake. It's a facade. You are going nowhere. You are stuck, right? People are not very comfortable with facing their realities, right? Because let's face it, it is super uncomfortable. It is painful and it may be embarrassing. There may be stuff in our life that is so like, oh, I wish I would have never done that. I wish I would have never said that. I wish I never behaved that way. But you know what? You're not the only one. We all got our garbage. We all got our stuff, right? Now, here's the difference. I have garbage. I have stuff. I have things I've been through in my life. I have been molested. I have been raped. I have been beaten. I have had abortions. I have all of that stuff that, yeah, oh man, those things are yucky. I was not proud of them, happy about them, embarrassed I was. Okay? But I won't live there. I won't live there. Right? So, but let me tell you that when I was living there, I had a lot of people okay with me living there and okay with staying with me in that garbage. Okay, well, we understanding. You're good. Oh, it's okay. Everybody goes through. Oh, but then I'm still stuck and nobody's helping me out of this nonsense, right? Because yes, we all go through stuff. Man, come on. We all go through stuff. And I am sympathetic to that because I've been through it, a lot of it. If you haven't gotten my book, pick it up. I'll tell you that. Some people have and are not very happy with me right now because of that book, but it is what it is. It's my truth. It's my truth, right? So I believe we have a very real enemy of our souls. I believe that. Maybe you don't. I do. That loves to see us in despair. So even if you're not looking for him or you don't believe in him, right? The enemy will make sure that you are not alone in your negative mindset, right? What is that saying? Misery loves company, right? Misery loves company. And you know that's true. You know that's true. You know that when you are in that funky place and you don't feel good and you're mad and you're pissed off, you want somebody to be pissed off and angry with you, right? You don't want to be there alone. I don't like to be there alone. I'm assuming I'm not the only one that feels that way, right? So we don't like to be alone in our negative mindset, but think about the people who are around you. They don't want to be alone in that negative mindset either, okay? Misery loves company, so go ahead and join each other. Find like-minded people to stay stuck in that mess. I'm not doing it. But I am 46 years old, and the second part of my life has to be better. I cannot stay stuck in this nonsense. It has to be better, right? So I tell my children, and I always even ask myself, right? So one of the best things I did in my life, and I try to teach my children, is to be very mindful about the people that they choose and that I choose to be within my life. I ask them, and I ask myself, what kind of crippling mindsets am I allowing? What am I allowing from people, from myself, from TV, from music, from books, you name it, right? I mean, social media, it's out there. What crippling mindsets and strongholds am I allowing in myself? What am I allowing? What am I allowing to come in and become my truth when it's not true, right? All of the stuff that's just coming at you all the time, all the garbage coming at you all the time. If you notice that you are still in the same place year after year and the same people are there with you in the same place, they are not helping to develop you. You are probably not helping to develop them. You guys need to be helping to develop and encourage each other to be better and to move forward. Maybe, just maybe, hear me out. Maybe it's time to reevaluate. Maybe it's time to reevaluate and to change your circumstances, your friends, your associates, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what your habits are, so that you're not stagnant, right? So that you're not stagnant in life, and especially in a life that is a gift to you and can be more, right? So you really have an obligation to be disciplined and consistent and obedient, to know what is it that I need to do so that I'm not stagnant in my life. I really need to check myself, right? So see, once you overcome some of the stinking thinking, then maybe you can help those around you to move forward also. But here's the catch, right? Here's the thing. Only if they choose to. Only if they choose to. Right? So just like you right now who is watching me or listening to me, you yourself are the only one that can choose to change. I can't change you. I've been on here quite a few times trying to give you guys tips and everything on how to change and be better. I'm giving those things to myself as well. I'm not the guru of it. I'm going through it. So I want us to do that together, but I can't do that for you. You have to do that. So many times you go and you give advice to people and they look at you like, yeah, it's a good idea, and don't do nothing. And then come to you next time with the same exact thing and still doesn't do anything about it after you've given them the advice over and over again. You need to just make a decision whether that's worth it or not. That's on you. That is completely on you. So check yourself. Check yourself first before you try to check and help anybody else. Because if you're a hot mess, you can't help anybody get out of their hot mess, right? So check yourself first. If you're operating in any kind of strife and hate and unforgiveness and fear and low self-esteem and doubt, and you're gossiping, there's envy, there's jealousy, you have this defeating mindset where you don't think you can do it, you don't think you can make it, you're always angry, you're bitter, you're just living in this place, you need to deal with that. You need to deal with those strongholds in your life so that you can make room for the better things that want to come in your life. Because if you don't leave those things at the door and you don't get rid of those things, I'm telling you, you will not be able to sustain or bring in the good stuff, right? Because if there's a lot of garbage and somebody's trying to bless you with something good, the garbage is going to push it out. So I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what works for me. And what works for me is unforgiveness comes in. Ooh, I try to get rid of that bad boy real quick because I need forgiveness in my life for the things that I do, right? So, but I also just need love and patience and kindness and understanding and self-control. I need all of those wonderful things in my life. I can't have room for both, right? I'm not two people. So I can't have room for like all the garbage and negativity and the gossip and the jealousy and the envy and all that garbage in my life and have those strongholds in my life. And then also trying to be successful and good and better, because you know what? That stuff creeps up on you. And before you know it, you're still back in that same place. This year, guys, just so that you know, it's not going to be the same as last year for me. This year's going to be better. I am not going backwards, okay? We need to keep moving forward. For me and my family, forward it is. We are going to be checking who we're hanging out with, what we're watching, what we're listening to, what we're believing, and we're going to check those things and get those things right, okay? So here, ask yourself these things, okay? This is how I'm going to, kind of sign off with you. What are you thinking about? Only you know that. What is always on your mind, right? So I had a little bit of an epiphany this morning when my phone kind of turned on this morning and said, you have spent 55 hours on your phone this week. I was like, dang, 55 hours on my phone. But I didn't spend that much time, writing my next book or, being in the Word or, spending time with people and encouraging them. That's a lot of time. That's a full-time job on my phone. Okay, that's a problem, right? So what are you thinking about? What is on your mind? What am I watching? That's a hard one, guys. That's a hard one. What am I listening to? What are you walking in any kind of fear? Do you have some fears in your life? Like, are there walls in your life? Like, I don't think I can make this. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can make this new business happen. I don't think I can write this book. I don't think I could do this new job. I don't think I can apply for that job. I don't think I can move to the new city. I don't think I can make more money. What is it that is a fear that you are dealing with right now? Okay, think about that. And what kind of friends and associates and people are you surrounding yourself with? What are you surrounding yourself, or who are you surrounding yourself with? I always tell my kids, and I'm going to tell you, don't peck with the chickens when you can soar with the eagles. Okay? So I don't know about you, but I've spent way too many years of my life not having my voice heard and always afraid to speak my voice, because if I do, my family might get mad at me. People might get mad at me. They don't like, listen, I'm a straight talker. That's who I am. I straight talk. Okay. And I've learned to kind of curb that according to where I am. But I also have learned to, especially in this year, really know who I am, know what my truth is, speak it and do it. That's who I am. So I thank you for spending this time with me, and I am really appreciative of you. And I just want you to know that this is a new year, right? So I don't want you to have a new year, but the same old strongholds. Don't make this year the same. Do something completely outrageously different, okay? Change from within out, so that you can become the person that you were meant to be, which I know is pretty freaking awesome. Oh, another little tip. If you haven't written your attitude of gratitude list, get it going, okay? Get it going, all right? Take everything that you're grateful for, write it down. Stop these nonsense and shenanigans. And if people need to be cut out of your life, they need to be cut out of your life. Pray for them, but keep it moving. It is time for a new year, guys. 2019 is coming. I want to hear what you're up to. I want to hear if you have a new business. I want to hear if you're blowing up. I want to hear what you're doing to change your attitude. I want to see what your new habit is going to be this year. I want to know what you guys are up to. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. Okay. I have a podcast. It's called Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. I have a blog, same thing, Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. If you haven't picked up my book, pick it up, because it has 5-star reviews. People are calling me all the time, emailing me all the time, just telling me how impactful it's been for them. It is a hard read in that it's very raw. It's not hard like, scholarly, but it is hard, real. hard. Okay, so I hope that you guys will pick it up. It is Hit Me With Your Best Shot: How I Overcame a Hard-Hitting Life. And I am so grateful to God, to my family, and to you guys who take the time to show me some love. Have a great 2019. I'll be back on here checking with you guys. So let's do this. I am here to challenge and transform your thinking. This is Nina Perez at Straight Talk, No Sugar Added.